It is now time to introduce the resource person of the day. He is going to be discussing about shop floor problem resolution process. He has his own process of how to go about resolving the problems which occur in the shop floor. He is going to be discussing that with you. He is none other than Mr. Chandra Sekharr, our process management consultant. Mr. Chandra Sekharr is a postgraduate from BITS Pilani with over 3 decades of experience in shop floor management. And he has made it a mission of his life to help the medium and small scale industries scale their productivity and revenue generation up by proper management of the shop floor, and he addresses all issues of it in his own way, like the proverbial squirrel in the Ramayana, which contributed towards the development and the building of the bridge across Sri Lanka when Rama had to invade Sri Lanka. In the same way, Mr. Chandra Sekharr is contributing to Indian industry's journey, Indian economy's journey toward the $3 trillion in 2025 by helping MSMEs build a robust business model. Over to you, Mr. Chandra Sekharr. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that wonderful introduction about me, sir. Without taking much time, I would like to dive down to the subject, and here we will start. You see a picture here. Who do you see in this picture? You have 10 seconds to observe and write it down. Hope you have made a note of it. Please preserve your answer, and we shall discuss the same in the later part of the session. Let us now concentrate on the today's topic, shop floor problem resolution process. Someone asked me, why do we need a process to solve the problem? Our experience is more than enough to give solutions when the problem statement is brought to our notice. I thought on this, and my experience is that problem statement which gets highlighted is others' perspective of the problem, and most of the time are not correct or actual problem. If you ask me, is there a systematic way to solve the problem? Only if you want to eliminate the problem without getting any further complicated offsprings of the problem, you need to follow a process or disciplined steps. Let me just share you my learning during the shop floor management. It was one of the surface treatment plant where the organization had put a new automatic plating line. For those who don't know the plating process, plating has 3 stages, and they are pre-plating, plating, and post-plating. The new plant was commissioned, but the output was not okay. There were problems in the finish of the product, and in plating, finish and shades play a very major role.
Mr. Chandru,
Yes,
please stop and unshare the screen.
Yes, sir.
Just a minute. Friends, please don't scratch on the screen and disturb the audience. Mr. Chandru, I am making you the host and I am withdrawing multiple screen sharing. Okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
Thank
that
you
no
so
one
much,
will
sir.
be able to disturb.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You can make me the co-host.
Yes, sir. Immediately I will make it.
The first thing
Yes,
you
I
need
have
to
made-
do is stop multiple screen sharing. You know how to do that?
Yes, sir. I have done that.
Okay, now
I
proceed.
have done
Sorry
that.
for
Now only one
disturb you.
participant can share the screen at a time.
Yes, no, only one person. Remove that
Yes, sir.
second. The second one, tick, remove it.
Yes, sir, I did that. So now I'll share my screen again. My due apologies to all those present here for that small error or a disturbance.
No,
We
no,
were telling about the plating,
carry
and I
on.
was discussing about the plating. And for all those who don't know what the process of plating is, plating has three different processes. That is, first is pre-plating, then plating, and then the post-plating. Now, a new plant, automatic plant was commissioned, but the output was not okay. There were problems in the finish of the product. In plating, the finish and the color plays a major role. People in the organization said they could be that the problem could be originating from anywhere. So they started checking all the areas, and one by one they finished the pre-plating area and the plating area. The problem was not originating from these two. So they directly jumped and concentrated on the third and the last stage, which is called as post-plating stage. They started with topping up the chemical concentration. They started with changing the chemicals, and this did not result in any particular result. When they replaced the plating chemical, the shade differed, but the customer refused to accept that. Experts from the chemical manufacturing company came and did all the experiments, but the problem remained unsolved. A plating expert who was providing plating solutions to Maruti Udyog was called in, and he also tried for a week and was not able to provide a solution. Months passed by with no success. Time was running out and customers' orders were getting diverted. Business was going down and it became a challenge to survive. Now our team adopted a different approach. They started making the data of all the minute process from starting to end, and found that after plating, the system was designed to stop for few seconds, and during this time the plating surface was getting dried, but the surface should be in wet condition for post-plating operation. They got the program corrected, and once this was done, wonder happened and output was simply superb. In this situation, the problem was of the machine and not with the chemical, and experts were looking at chemical rather than the machine program. This is the power of having a process for problem solving resolution than by blindly going with the experience. The above example was one, but I have faced many issues in the shop floor, and I'm sure you all would have faced similar kind of problem from the shop floor. Such issues drain all the energy even before the day starts. Do you agree with me? Have you ever faced such problems in the shop floor? Can you just please put your comments in the chat box? Mr. Saravanan says yes. Mr. Rao says yes. Yes. Thank you so much. Some of the common issues which anyone encounters are delivery performance issues, production failure in the night shifts, suppliers issue with the raw material, quality issues, and many more. I'm sure by now you will all be remembering all the problems which troubled you most. I'm sure none of us want a similar problem resurfacing again and again. If this happens, there is something wrong in the way we are addressing the problem or issue. If you start thinking for answer, you need to categorize the problem according to your source. I found that 95% of the problems can be categorized under one, product. The second one is machine. And the third is from man. Here, when I say man, it refers to both men and women employees. All the three are interconnected, and you can never think of one in isolation. If there is a problem statement in any one source, and if you are implementing a solution, always think on the impact of it on the others. If not so, then you are bound to get some other issues which can disturb the balance in the shop floor. One of the team leaders took a decision to make shop floor 5S compliant. And for that, it was decided that the raw material will not be stored in the shop floor, but will be fed to the production line 2 times in every shift. It was a great success in the day shift, but it became a challenge in the night shift due to huge absenteeism in the operations team. This failure facilitated to rethink the approach and bring a change in implementing to make it happen. Now, let us dive down into each individual problem source and find out what they contribute. Now, the product. Majorly, there are 2 types of problems encountered here. One is the quality, which includes the process or skipping, and then it includes raw material, machine or tool maintenance issue. And when there is a disagreement about the customer perceived quality, or the untrained manpower is used in the production. And I would just list out here process, input material, tools, and machineries. The second important thing from the product will come is about the quantity. This arising due to poor planning, excess customer commitment, wrong part production, machine tool breakdown, rejection, and so on. I would like to share here that why wrong part production happens. Many of the component the customer requires are similar for different products. Only the part number changes. If the production team does not change the part number and start producing the wrong part number, you get a wrong part produced. The quality of the product is good.
Unmute yourself, Mr. Chandra Sekharr. Please unmute yourself. Mr. Chandru, unmute yourself.
You are muted. Okay. Please unmute.
What happened?
Yes, now okay.
Oh, again, I'm so sorry for the internet connectivity. The second subject which we were talking about was tools and machineries. In this, there are 3 problems which can arise. One is due to the capacity of the machine, then the availability of the machine, and then the maintenance. Due to maintenance, the problems can occur here. Now let us see the third part, that is the man. Here we can find a lot of issues which are coming due to man. And most of the important things which come out is from the angle of safety. The second is the communication. The third is the behavior of individual, that is intrapersonal relationship. And then it comes about the absenteeism. Now, having understood the source of the problem, let us look how to make a process which will not only help in solving the problem, but also, if followed continuously, many problems can be anticipated and corrective and preventive action can be taken initially. Problem solving process that I have adopted and was very simple and successful in bringing a harmony in the shop floor. When I used to get a problem for resolution, first I used to visit the place of origin of problem, gather data from the problem area, make the data very meaningful, share the information with my team members, and then with their support, solve the problem. Most of the time, one can see that the problem immediately when you are at the shop floor or at the source of the problem. But it's always better to adopt a principle of plan, do, check, act, that is PDCA cycle, which is also called as denim cycle, or in this case, see, find and implement, check and act for improvement. Let us look at each process and find out the criticality involved. Gather data from the problem area. Primary data must be collected from the shop floor. It should be clear and straightforward. Simple tally sheets can be used for data collection. As several weeks data gets collected, it becomes very insightful, and there are possibilities to identify a problem in its birth stage and can be easily eliminated. I have seen many industries fill in lots and lots of forms like production report, first sample approval report, machine checklist report, quantity produced report, quality rejected report, reason for rejection report, shift output report, attendance report, machine allotment report, manpower work allotment report, and so on and so forth. And the list never ends. The supervisors get tired of filling the report, then they actually supervising the work. But there is no one to study the data collected and arrive at an insight and prevent the problem. In some cases, the data are filled next day or just before any senior person visits for an audit. It makes me wonder why we need to collect such data, use it. Make the data meaningful. When I say make the data meaningful, the raw data should be presented or should be made in such a way that the data starts speaking to us. The data when compiled gives a lot of insight and gives a direction in which process is going. I found that Pareto chart to be very useful among all other tools, as they convey the information immediately and helps in focusing on the problem, which requires immediate attention. If the data is strong or have been collected from long time, it will allow you to review the information from different aspects. This will help in identifying definable and soluble level. Now, it is now the time to look at the results of the picture which was shared with you earlier. Can you please put in the chat as to what you found? From whom did you identify in this? This is very important, friends, for you to participate. Am I audible? Old lady. Muruganes says old lady. Yes, great. Beautiful lady with fur. A girl. Yes, audible. Thank you, Sarvanaji. Old lady and a young lady. Great. But what did you find, Sri Harsha? What did you find in the first 10 seconds? That is more important.
First, I find the young lady, and then very closely I look, then I find the old lady.
Okay. The first 10 seconds. The first young first I found looking different from many things. Now, what is this telling us? What is this picture telling us is not a lady or young lady or old lady. Now, if you look at this from this angle, you will find a young and beautiful girl looking at the other end. But if you look from this angle, you will find an old lady. This is being her nose, mouth, and the chin. This picture is taken from the book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, written by Stephen Covey. He says that we simply assume that the way we see things is the way they really are or the way they should be. Our attitudes and behaviors are based on these assumptions. Therefore, our point of view influences the way we think and the way we act. This is my most observed fact in the shop floor. But do we need such character? No. The more we are aware of our basic assumptions and its extent of influence, the more we can take responsibility for those assumptions, examine them, test them against reality, listen to others through continued, calm, respectful, and specific communication. We will be able to see the other's point of view and get to see a larger and far more objective view. And we need to make the data very meaningful. In the world of data quality, it is related disciplines. The point of view often negatively impacts the communication and collaboration necessary for success. Objective and subjective definitions of data quality conflict with each other. We find that many of the shop floor members argue from their point of view, and many of the seniors are fixed on their point of view. It is just like seeing the number 9 from two different sides. One would be seeing a 6, and he is correct, and the other would be seeing 9. He is also correct. Now, when both are correct, we need to dig deep and find out in what perspective it is 9 and in what perspective it is 6. Once when you are able to understand the perspective and its relation to our problem, then we are near to finding a solution. Data quality expert and Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi said, you're going to find that many of the truth we cling to depend greatly on our own point of view. Until and unless we come out of this situation, resolution of problems become very, very difficult. Now let us see the third process. The third process is share the information. Friends, in my earlier program, I had discussed about team building and the way a good team has to be built. Now here we are going to utilize that team, what we have built. When we utilize that, we use this opportunity to share the information with all the members of the shop floor in an open forum about how to improve or resolve the problem. Process of the sharing information in a significant way gave me many other benefits, like it kept my team members interested. It made them feel that I am caring for them and their views. It eliminated single opinion and replaced with the facts. It gave different dimensions to look through. It helped in getting a definable and soluble situation. Involving shop floor team members on the job helped me to get them in the game of solving problems. Remember, people collect that data that feeds into analysis. Sharing creates understanding. The generation of idea for solution leads to implementation and improvement by them, and they will have the ownership of the solution. Now we come to the last process of problem resolution, that is solve the problem. Now we are ready for the final step in which we engage problem solving. There are many problem solving tools. We already have collected the data on our problem area by visiting it, which is very, very important. We need to visit that and then analyze it and present it in a meaningful format to all our team members. All of that has allowed us to highlight the area that needs improvement. We also have a very strong base for idea generation from the people who work in the process day and night. Remember, the process improvement doesn't happen in the AC room or on the drawing board, but it happens in the shop floor through the operator or the person who is working on the job. When we are solving the problem, please remember, a problem well defined is the problem half solved. The problem well defined due to visiting the source of the problem, another quarter problem is solved. Now you are left with only 25% of the problem, and there, once you can take a close look at a definable situation, it becomes much easier to address and correcting them. This is for all the two sources which I said about product and the machines. Now, when addressing problems related to man, apart from the above steps, I adopted an empathetic approach and gave a human touch to all the solutions before even proposing to implement. This helped me win over my co-workers and staff and became very easy to bring in order. So with this, we conclude that the 4 steps for problem resolutions are: collect the data from origin of problem, make the data meaningful by adopting Pareto graph, share the information and involve all the members from the shop floor. When you do this, you have almost 75% the problem is identified and the solution is visible. You just need to do the 25% by solving the problem and implementing corrective and preventive action so that the problem does not recur. Now, one big question remains. Challenge is how to develop the competencies for problem resolution. Now, I will just open the room for questions if you have any. The 4 steps to get the problem resolved. And if you have any questions on these, I would love to take them now. Do you have any questions in this?
Mr. Chandra Sekharr, I have one.
Yes.
Ramarao here.
Yeah, I will. Yes, Ramarao ji.
Increasingly, the human function is getting reduced and is being replaced by the machine, whether manufacturing by robots or by anywhere for that matter. You take Ola, Uber also, anything. So most of the functions are being taken over by machines. How much is the human component in the implementation of process? Can it be replaced 100% by machines? That is my question.
Thank you for your question, sir. But my experience says, even if all the processes are replaced by machines, you require human beings to control them and guide them. They cannot do it all on their own. Even to address any problem arising of it, you need a man. We cannot be using an artificial intelligence to solve this. So we need human beings. But the challenge now in this scenario is that we need to upgrade the manpower what we are available in the shop floor. And definitely I will bring out with one more session wherein I will be able to share my experiences on how we can increase the quality of existing manpower and take the best out of them. I
Thank
hope
you.
I am able
Yeah,
to
got
address
it.
your issue.
Yeah.
And I have a question. Can you repeat once this 4 steps, sir? Yes,
Mr. Chandru,
definitely I can.
Mr. Chandru,
Yes. Yes,
can
sir.
I ask, can I make a small request? See,
Please,
I
sir.
would also like to know whether I have understood the 4 steps correctly. So am I allowed to summarize what I have understood? Then you can correct it, and in the process, both of us can benefit from it.
Please, sir, please. I would love your comments or your summary.
Now, I would like
for
to
that
understand, see what you have said, I would like to, summarize that. First thing is, you said that problems can be differentiated as the cause of the problem from 3 different angles: the product, the machine, and the person.
Yes.
Okay. Now, the second part of it is that you have identified 4 processes. The first process is collection of data. I presume you are telling that we should collect data on all these 3 heads of product, machine, and person.
Yes, sir.
Now, in the case of product, possibly you mean both the raw material which goes into the process as well as the output. We need to collect information on both these angles. In the terms of machinery, maybe, you are looking into machine time, downtime, output time, whether it is being utilized for the purpose meant or it is being utilized for purposes beyond what has been prescribed. What is the maintenance time? How much is the downtime? All these data we collect. Now, you see, once all these data are collected, what you are telling is applying the Pareto principle of 20% of the problems arising out of 80% of the activity, or 80% of the problem arising out of 20% of the activity. You want us to segregate the data into information and insight using this Pareto principle.
Yes, sir.
Once the information is created from the data is raw material. So you get the information, you develop an insight from it, and then share it without hiding it with all your team members, so that you can have multiple perspectives of their understanding of what the problem possibly could be. Once these multiple perspectives are shared, you have multiple channels of resolving the problem. Based upon the desired output, what you are suggesting is that we do a due diligence on the various paths to be adopted to reach those solutions, and then adopt upon the final solution.
Absolutely right, sir.
And what
You
you
have
are telling
summarized
is that since a person is also involved, people are also involved in it, you would prefer that the problem resolution be done in an empathetic manner, taking into account the human element of the problem. whether the human element is being impacted, the human element is impacting, or the human element is neutral.
Yes.
So you see, this is what you are trying to tell, isn't it? Am I right or am I wrong?
Yes, sir, you are absolutely right.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I am not addressing the way to solve a problem, because every industry, though they come from the similar product manufacturing, have their own way of working. It is built up on the culture of the organization and culture and experience of the employees there. So each and everything will be a different for each individual organization. Yes, Anil sir, you have a question. Before that, Anil sir, I hope Surya Narayan sir, you have your answer. You have got your answers. However, I will definitely share once again the screen, all the 4 steps. Yes, Anil sir,
Yeah, yeah. Am I audible, sir?
very loud and
Okay.
clear, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you. My question is, everything I have followed, whatever total there was a clarity. So my question is, supposing I am collecting the data through some machines or manual, whatever it is, if it is through machines, supposing the machines, the calibration is not correct. Maybe from time to time, maybe the same machines for collecting the data we are using, and we also have to do the calibration of machine, whether the machine who is taking the data is also correct. Thank you.
Yes, calibration plays a very, very important role. That is the reason why the capacity, the availability, and the maintenance are the 3 main sources from the machines which create us a problem. The maintenance comes, inside the maintenance comes your calibration, your preventive maintenance, your breakdown maintenance for both the machine as well as the tool which you use for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. And Mr. Sarvanan, there are people in the shop floor who are only exposed to local language, how to interact and capture or gather the data. Sarvanan, it is so simple. All we have to collect data is a numerical data. And in the shop floor, we do have supervisors who can assist them in case of they need to collect a data other than the numerical one. Numerical one, everybody can write, and the data from the raw data collected from the action point will definitely help you.
At times, even that can be replaced by tally
By tally.
numbers.
Yeah, you can put the tally marks on the sheet, check sheets, what we
Yeah, 1, 2, 3,
popularly
4
call it
dash,
as
1, 2, 3, 4 dash, like that.
Yes, yes, very, very, very real. We can do that. However, there are very easy and simple methods which many industries adopt, and most of the young workforce which I am seeing nowadays, or from my whole career, they know the basics of writing 1, 2, 3, 4 numerical data very clearly, and they used to write it. They learn very fast. The best example of the grassroots workers are that they have the ability to run very fast, and they can do that.
So I recollect Arun Shah's session when it took almost 3 hours for explaining data, information, and insight. You know, like people are not able to connect the flight. They are missing the flight. How it is done, and doctors are doing some treatment for cancer. I am recollecting, whole thing. It was explained in such a beautiful way in our session. What DMT has taught us. So all these things, so they were clarified, and you have gone still further in explaining all those things. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. In our company, more than 4 language people available. So how to communicate? Any simple method available? Prabhakar NS sir, the checklist or check sheet, or the numerical data collection sheet will be very, very helpful. Whatever they are speaking, they will be able to grasp the numerical data, how to enter, and the only thing is we need to put little extra, and you can take it up. You can just put little extra effort with the workforce and make them understand as to what data they have to write it. Because you're only collecting the data from them. You're not asking them to get an insight from the data. It's a
I have a
data
suggestion,
collection.
Mr. Chandru, if you don't mind.
Yes, sir.
Do you have a Calendly link?
Yes, sir. I am just coming
Then
to
what
that.
I think you should do is you should put the Calendly link in the chat box, because you see what you have spoken about is very generic. There must be shop floor managers here. There must be corporate leaders here, entrepreneurs here who would be interested. No, you please unshare the screen.
Yeah,
You see,
I'm just.
you must be having your Calendly link outside somewhere in your notebook or somewhere, isn't it? So what I suggest is you will put that here, let them book an appointment with you. You give them half an hour or 45 minutes of one-on-one. They can discuss their problems and you can solve it for them. You can show them how to do it. Because, just sharing the Calendly link on a screenshot will not help. Yeah,
No,
that
yes,
is the thing.
I have shared my Calendly link.
Yeah.
And you can book up 30 minutes of free time with me to discuss your problems. And
What I
will be
suggest
very
is
happy
instead of
for
30
that.
minutes, make it 1 hour so that, they will be able to talk freely with you. The 30 minutes, they will be hurried. You can share 1 hour with them. Let them come with a problem. You show them the path, show them the way, that will help them in a much bigger way. And every enterprise is different. Every enterprise, as you rightly observed, is unique. Every problem is unique, and the problem statement has to be generated and then worked upon. So I think, if you share the Calendly link and people fix up an appointment with you, they will be much more benefited. This platform can be used for some generic questions or some basic doubts, but advanced doubts and clarifications, I think, it's always better. It is done one-on-one with you. That's my opinion. I leave it to you.
No, sir, I really agree with your thing. And I have shared my Calendly link. Anybody who is interested to have more discussion, in-depth analysis as to how to address your day-to-day problem of collecting the data, please book an appointment through the Calendly link, and I can extend it to more than 1 hour if the time is required. Apart from that, I am also sharing a WhatsApp chat group address. Please register, and you can get a lot of insights from that group. Now, let me just finish.
What I would suggest, Mr. Saravanan, is you have got the registration list. Their WhatsApp number will be there in the registration list. You can simply add them to the group, and if they are interested, they can continue with it or they can leave.
Yes, that I will be doing it tonight. So most of that is now the questions are over, and now I am very sure that you are all looking at interested in imparting a art of problem resolution process in your industry. I can help you to answer the question of how to develop competencies for problem resolution. I would rather say, to implement the solution, one must be a professional performer. How does one become a professional performer? One's knowledge and capabilities, along with qualification, personal rules, norms, and values one believes in, helps to develop personal competencies. Personal competencies over a period of shop floor exposure helps in developing technical and methodological working competencies. Social and communicative competencies also get developed when you start interacting with various levels of persons in the organization. Together, they help you in developing activity and implementation competencies. To know more and get your doubts clarified, all you need to do is get connected with me on phone or fix up with one-on-one with your pain points. I will be able to help you in resolving most of the issues by providing simple steps for problems from the shop floors. My calendar link I have already shared, and I have also formed a WhatsApp group, and the link to join is also given in the chat box. Request you all to join the group, which I will ensure that they will not be spammed, and I will be able to share details of my upcoming programs. And also you can post your questions related to shop floor management, and I'll be very happy to support you. So I'm still open for questions. If you have any small questions, I would be interested. Otherwise, I would request you for all of your major questions to connect with me one-to-one on the calendar link or join my WhatsApp group so that you get more insight. And you will also be getting more advanced notices for the next programs which will be happening on shop floor management.
Sir, you can share in WhatsApp group the difference between data mining and data integrity.
I will definitely do that, sir.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. I think we don't have any more generic questions. So with this, I would like to thank my Paramaguru Shri Arun Subramaniam ji and WAC Solutions for providing me an opportunity. Last but most important, I thank you one and all who have taken their time out to come and participate and see how one can do a solution for the problems arising in the shop floor. Thank you one and all. Thank you so much. Arun
Thank
sir,
you,
over to
Mr. Thank you, Mr. Chandra Sekharr, for an excellent program, very informative program. I think many people have benefited out of it. I'm sure many of the entrepreneurs here will be reaching out to you through the Calendly link or to the telephone number that you have given. We look forward to your next program at the earliest.
Yes,
and
sir.
we take this opportunity to inform all members who are present on the platform that on 23rd evening, there is a program by another finance professional from Dubai on payroll management. The link will be sent to you all, the registration link. Please register and be present on 23rd so that we can have the opportunity to discuss payroll management along with Mrs. Sandhya, and also to wish you all a very, very happy Diwali, which falls on the very next day. How opportune, isn't it? Payroll on 23rd, Lakshmi comes home on 24th. Good night, friends. We'll meet
Thank you
you
very
again
much,
on
and
23rd.
wish you a happy Deepavali in
Thank you.
advance.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Same,
you.
everybody same. Thank you.
Sir, please share your number, sir.
You want me to share my number? You can just WhatsApp me. You can join my. You can join my WhatsApp group. I have shared you the link. I am
Already
sharing
many
both
joined
my.
WhatsApp.
I am sharing both the Calendly link and WhatsApp group link once again, so that anybody would like to join can please join, and definitely it will be a very good value addition for everyone. Thank you so much and good night.